let me tell you, she was down bad. Down atrocious. Understand me? She was risking it all, man, for ya boy. She sent her people home and she stayed behind wherever we were, wherever that house was. She just stayed there. Dude, let me tell you guys about this dream, actually. So what happens is, it's a random day in the dream, right? There's nothing special, no special event going on. I wasn't even expecting Taylor Swift to be at my house. So she shows up with her whole team and stuff like that. They speak to, obviously, my manager. For some reason, my dad is there. I don't know why my dad was there. So they're in the living room, they talking and shit. I'm kind of just like fixing myself. I'm still kind of confused. I'm like, what is she doing here? Maybe they just came to like try and sign me or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then I go to the living room, I introduce myself. What's up, guys? How are you? Oh, thank you guys for being here. Da 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 da. Oh, you know my music? That's awesome. Da 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 da. All right. And then, okay, so that happens, which is also random, but that happens. And then, me and Taylor Swift start just like speaking and stuff and whatever, you know, there's food, there's drinks, whatever. The day ends, it's like nighttime now. I had no idea these people were gonna be staying over. So they didn't book a hotel or nothing like that. They were staying over at my house. And this house was like, it felt like this house was somewhere in London for some reason. I don't know, it was huge, but it had like a lot of like antique stuff in it. It was a lot of wood, you know, this fancy wood, different fucking shades and shit. So I get a room for her to sleep in. Alright, I get a room for the manager, a room for her other person. I don't know who the other person was, might have been security or something like that. We get rooms for them pretty much, and everyone's all settled in nicely. Alright, so I go to my room also, chilling in my room. I think I was with Sam in my room. So we're just chilling there, da-da-da-da-da. And I end up going outside my room. I think Sam fell asleep, and I wanted some snacks, so I wanted to go roll up. I don't know what I wanted to do, but I left my room, right? Now I'm in like this area of the house where it's like a chilling, waiting area in the corridor. Like I say, this house was huge. I don't know. It was humongous. So hey man, it actually kind of looked like the buildings in Fortune's Keep. Anyway, I see her there. She's sitting there by herself. I don't know if she was reading a book or just like playing with her dress or her hair or something, but she's sitting there looking like, you know, she's kind of down about something. You can tell she's not 100% alright, you know. So alright, I sit down with her and shit. We start speaking, da 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 da. And then it goes a little further than just like the surface level bullshit. Like when you speak to someone like, oh, what's it like? What's the music industry like here? What's it like there? Do you like doing shows? Do you like these type of shows? What kind of music you do? So we kind of get past all of that because we spoke a lot about that like during the day over the food and drinks. So now I'm chilling with her. We're just speaking, whatever, da da da. She starts opening up about whatever's going on in her life that's like, you know, it's a burden, man. It's just like weight on her shoulders type shit. And that happens to be her husband. That's what's bothering her, like the relationship she's having with her husband. She just feels like she's not happy, whatever. I don't know. I don't think she got into the details of it. Even if she did, I forgot. It was a dream. Alright, so we speak. I end up comforting her and stuff like that. You know, I'm over there like, nah, man, you alright. I don't know what I said, but I'm like, I'm being the perfect gentleman right now. You know, but then it's like in the movies where it's like you're comforting someone and you're trying to make sure they stop crying or they don't cry and shit like that, but then you end up making a little bit too much eye contact, and there's like, you know, you're wiping a tear off and shit, and it was too sweet. So then I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get in trouble. Let me leave. I was like, alright, have a good night, da 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 da. Alright, we were this close to kissing, but we don't. I go to sleep. When I go to sleep in the dream, I wake up in real life, right? When I wake up in real life, my laptop, so I fell asleep on my bed like this with my laptop open. I was watching something, I don't know what I was watching. So I closed my laptop, I turned the lights off, I moved the ashtray, whatever, da da da, and then I sleep. Now when I go back to sleep, bro, guess what happens? It's almost as if it's the next day in the dream, right? I'm driving home by myself. I don't know where I was coming from. So as soon as I fall asleep and I start dreaming, it's me just driving into my driveway at this house of mine, which is very secluded, by the way. I gotta say, it was very secluded. It felt like it was somewhere in the farms where I had like a huge plot of land or whatever. It was nice. So I drive in. She's kind of just sitting on the front porch. You know, she's dressed in this sundress, very plain sundress. I think it was white with just like flowers on it, tiny flowers, little cute little things. It wasn't even, you know, she wasn't all dressed up. She looked like she was the wife of that house. That's how she was dressed, kind of. Alright, so I get there. She's sitting on the front porch. I park. I'm like, hey, what up, man? And you know, I'm greeting her like everything is fine. You know, like, you know how it is when something almost happens with someone and then you see them the next day and you try and play it off. Like, you don't know if you should revisit that and see if there's a spark there, or if you should just kind of like, you know, play like nothing happened type thing. So I'm like, I'm trying to gauge what we doing, like, you know. So I'm like, hey, what up, man? I sit down with her and I realize she's still very sad, but this time she's actually crying, you know. It's just that she hid it. Like when I came there, I guess she had just wiped the tears or whatever. But as soon as I sit down, I'm looking at her. I'm like, wait, you've been crying, da 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 da. And she ignores me for a little bit. You know, she's just quiet. But like I can tell she wants to cry a bit more, and she has like a lot of shit to say. Alright, now I'm like, yo, what's happening? Like, speak to me. What do you need? Like, we can go drive, get some ice cream, whatever you want, just to make you feel better. You know, you don't really have to tell me what's bothering you, but like, I don't like seeing you like this. You know. Alright, so then she just tells me, she confesses her love for me, alright, to me. She goes, first she beats around the bush a little bit, and then when I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of just like echoing what she's saying type shit. I don't really understand what's going on. I'm just like kind of just like, yeah, I get it, I get you, man. And then she just got frustrated and she was like, dude, I love you. I'm in love with you. No, first she says I love you, and then I'm like, what? Stop lying. I'm like, I mean, I love you too, but you're Taylor Swift, you know, we all love you, man. Everybody loves you. You're sweet, man. You know, I'm trying to play it off type thing, because I don't want to, you know what I mean? And then she's like, no, she cuts me off, and she's like, no, I'm in love with you. I've been meaning to tell you this, but I just couldn't because I have, oh, by the way, the night before we kissed, she actually stopped me. I think we might have just kissed just a little bit, and she stopped me. It's just like, no, this is wrong. I have a husband, da da da. So the next day, when she's telling me she loves me, she's in love with me, blah 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 blah, she's telling me, yeah, she's in love with me, but she has a husband and shit like that. But she's just not, she's not happy. Her heart is not there. Just drag and drop it. What's that? Streamlabs or OBS? Just drag and drop it in the sources tab. So there's like audio mix tab, there's a scenes tab, and there's a sources tab. Oh, you say add a source, go to like a screen. I think it's like add screen or add window capture or something like that. And then where it says automatic, just press there and show whatever it is that you're trying to show. Found it. Yeah. Should be like a capture window capture. What? I don't know what it says. Yeah. Window capture. Yeah. I think it's window capture. But all right, try that one. I think display capture. Yeah, window capture. Yeah. It should say automatic somewhere. Just change that automatic and then click the specific window that you want to show. Did it work? Where was I? She confesses her love for me. She tells me she's not happy with the relationship. Oh, and then me, like a fucking idiot, I start thinking with my dick. And I was just like, yes, I love you too. I'm in love with you too. Blah, 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 blah. And I am all in, bro. And then we just start like tussling just on the floor. Just, hey, going at it. You know, just kissing this shit. And then it kind of, as dreams would have it, man, it just kind of fast forwards to like the nighttime again. Now when it's nighttime, I'm thinking, hey, something's gotta happen here because she already fucking, she told me that she loves me. I said I love her too. We kissed and all that shit. But it's still Sam up there. Because it was nighttime. So I'm pretty sure wherever Sam was during the day, she was back. So I'm thinking there's Sam there. I'm thinking, yo, your manager is probably somewhere here he or she finds out about this, she's going to tell your husband. Like, we have to figure this out today before we just part ways and then we both are in shit where if we lose our shits, we can't even, do you know what I mean? Okay, so nighttime comes. I try and speak to her to be like, yo, we have to decide what we're doing. Like, what are we doing? Are we ending our relationships for each other, or what's happening? And then she starts crying again. But this time it was almost like a Marvel movie type thing, where it's like the more she got sad, the sadder she got, the worse the weather got. So like as she's like crying a bit more and more and like you know, breathing like that and shit, it just fucking got gloomy outside. All of a sudden there's thunder and shit. I'm like, hey, women. But in the dream that wasn't a super weird thing. It was like normal for that to happen, but it was like, it was dangerous because it was like, oh no, if she loses a grip of her emotions, we're fucked. We're all gonna die, you know? And then she storms out of the room and she walks down the stairs and shit. By this time she already told me, sorry I skipped this part, she told me that her party had left already. So her manager and I think the security guy had left already. They were already on their way back to the States and she stayed. She was just like, fuck my life, I'm staying here for you. I'd quote one of her songs right now, but nothing's coming to my head. But yeah, man. And then I try to walk downstairs to try and go get her and stuff, you know, trying to be the boyfriend in the movies. So, you know, just trying to, I don't know what I was, again, thinking with my dick. And then when I get to her, she's standing like, it was still like second floor or third floor of the house. And she was staring out into, she was staring outside. Was she? I don't know what that was, man. I don't know if that was a section of the house that is just open anyways, it was like a balcony situation, or if she made that big hole in my house. I don't know what that was, but I found her just standing there, very still, just staring out into like a fucking vortex, bro. It looked like clouds and shit like that. You know, there's that one scene in Doctor Strange where, I don't know if those are like souls or whatever that fucking thing is. That's what it kind of looked like, but it was water. So it looked like she was just saying, hey, fuck it, I'm just gonna commit suicide and kill myself because I can't have neither one of you guys type thing. I was like, no, stay, we can work it out. But that was the dream, man. A lot of the details are kind of hazy right now because how long was that? How long ago was that? I mean, that was like a week ago, or close to a week ago. I know, dude. I remember the dream like, dog, like it was a movie I watched, bro. I remembered all the details as soon as I woke up. The first thing I did when I woke up is I posted it. I didn't get into detail, but I was like, yo. And the night before, I think I had a dream about